right? First and foremost, I want to say call how Hashem Shai. I just says all praise to the Father in the name of the Son, how Shai Yeshua. Just a matter of dialect. I also want to say how Hashem Yeshua Baruch Atah, our Most High in Christ bless. Really, I'm just gonna get into this, man, because it was on my spirit when I read this the other day, man. It might have been yesterday. To just do this, man, and go into this. It might seem problematic for some of Israel, man. You know how the doctrine is and what brothers say. So before we even get into this, right, we gotta deal with what's gonna happen, right? We're not discrediting any biblical prophecy or anything of that matter, but we are gonna go touch base on the prophecies, right? Because it is in there, man, right? It ain't like brothers is going off when they speak about these things, but we still gotta deal with what's gonna happen after all that is said and done. So I'm going to start off with Revelation chapter 2, verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works until the end, to him will I give power over the nations. Now, some people might say that this is anybody who following after Christ, but this ain't the facts, man. Right? Nations is talking about the other nations outside of Israel. It ain't talking about the people who submit to Christ, man. Right? This is going to be like it's in let's go one more place before we go to the next verse in that, because honestly the next verse holds a lot of weight too in that passage, right? But let's go here, right? To Revelation 7 and 4. It says, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. This don't say of the all nations, man. Right? And some people, especially me, I would say that these are the governing body in the kingdom of heaven, man. This ain't gonna be persistence of anybody else outside of Reuben, Gad, Naphtali, Benjamin, Asher, Manasseh, Simeon, Levi, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, right? I said Benjamin already. Dan, right? I didn't see Dan. But yeah, man, right? These are the 12 tribes, right? That are, I'm not sure. Maybe Ephraim was said already, and maybe Dan ain't written in here. Joseph, Joseph, which is make up Ephraim and Manasseh. So Manasseh is kind of weird that it would be there, but yeah, either way, man, the 12 tribes, man, right? That's what it's made up of. And we can't get around that, man. The 12 tribes is gonna be the ruling body in the kingdom of heaven, man. Right? And when it comes to it, man, like it says in verse Revelation 2 and 27, and he shall rule them with a rod and iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. So there's no way around that, man. Right? We can't discredit that in the kingdom. It's gonna be a governing body, right, that persists mainly of the 12 tribes of Israel, man. And honestly, this is how it's gonna be for a long time in the kingdom, and we can't get around that. And I'm going to continue on in Isaiah 14 and 1. It says, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. So that don't change, man, right? And then set them in their own land, and the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Right, that's what happens in the kingdom, man. Right, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives who captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Right, so that's persistent throughout the text, man. We seeing this over and over and over again, man, and it don't change, right? Hold on, I want to see one thing, right? Cause for some. Give me 1 second. Okay. So we seeing this persistent, man. So well, before I go there, I'm going to go into Jeremiah, but I want to get this going here. So this Judges 8:23, and Gideon said unto them, I will not rule over you, neither shall my son rule over you. Right, Yahweh shall rule over you. So that's the ultimate goal, is for all nations to serve the Most High Yahweh, man. Right. We cannot get around that. We cannot discredit that. We cannot um, escape that, man. Right? That's gonna be the end time thing, man. Right? And even if we go here to Isaiah 2:3, it says, "And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of God of Jacob." Right, and he will teach us his ways, and he will put in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Yahweh from Jerusalem. Right, and even here, right, we're gonna go another place. Right, I was pulling from the hip right now. Well, not the hip, but I'm looking it up. But Jeremiah 6:4 and 6, it says, "Set up the standard toward Zion, retire, stay not, for I will bring for evil from the north and a great destruction." So the standard gonna come from Zion, man. Right, and then this is what's gonna happen. The lion has come up from his thicket. The destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. He has gone from his place to make the land desolate, thy land desolate, and the city shall be waste without an inhabitant. Right, so Christ is ultimately coming, man. That's what this is about. Is Christ the lion, right? The lion of Judah. So we gotta understand that ain't just about right. That ain't just about destruction. It's about the ultimate kingdom that's coming, and of course it's gonna be us ruling first, but it's gonna be us in the end time under Christ, and then eventually it's coming to the point where we are leading the people, man. Right? They just gonna be beaten in the backs of the heathen, man. Right? It's gonna be order and operation and ways to move by. Right? So we're not just saying that, oh yeah, it's just slavery, man. All people gonna serve the Lord, man. Right? And go through. This is Isaiah chapter 62:10. It says, Go through the gates, prepare ye the way of the people. Right? This ain't talking about just Israel. This is talking about everybody. The way of the people is the ways for all nations, man. Right? Cast up the highway, gather out of the stone, gather out the stones, lift up a standard for the people. Right? So this is what we're supposed to be understanding, that this is not just for Israel, man. This is for all nations, right? Behold, Yahweh hath proclaimed unto the end of the world, say ye unto the daughter of Zion, behold, thy salvation cometh, behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. So this is clearly saying that the salvation is for Israel, man. That's what that's saying, man. But also we got to understand that it's coming to all nations to understand the ways of the Lord, man, right? And I got another one before I deal with is it 56? Before I deal with the main verse I want to get, I gotta remember what it was, right? But this one also, man, Isaiah 56:6, it says, also the sons of the strangers that join themselves unto Yahweh, right, to serve him, and to love the name of the Lord, to be his servants, every one that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it, and taketh hold of my covenant, even them will I bring to my holy mountain, and make them joyful in the house of prayer. Right? Their burnt offerings and their sacrifices shall be accepted upon my altar, for mine house shall be called an house of prayer for all people. Right? It's going in and out. I keep on thinking of the verse I want, and then it just fades. But we gotta understand that this is what's gonna happen, man. Our nation's gonna come and be able to serve the Lord ultimately, man. While I'm thinking what I want next, I'm gonna just get this one right, because this is a great commission, right? And it ain't about just Israel, man. I'm sorry to say it this way, man. This is Matthew 28 and 19. It says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations," not just the nation of Israel, but teach all nations, right? Baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Ghost, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you. And lo, I am with you always, even until the end of the world. Amen. I know what I want now, right? I gotta get this while it's on the top of my head, right? I might be 49, right? And no, it's Ezekiel. Right? It ain't 49. It's 39. It might be 38, right? Yeah. So I just have to find in here where it is, man. Okay, Ezekiel 39 and 28, right? It says, and if you read 38 and 39, you see what leads up to this event, man. If you're familiar with these two chapters, man, just to give a brief summary, man, and I have a breakdown on my YouTube channel before I even go any further. Let me just pinpoint that, man, right? Let's go to that real quick and show. Hopefully I'm on my channel, okay. Show what's going on here, right? The live section. Let's see, Ezekiel 38 and 39. This is a long video, so I can't just summarize Ezekiel 38 and 39 with a small little passage or a small little synopsis that I'm gonna give. But yeah, we just want to show it's a ways down, man. Right, I might enter it into the chat here. It can't be Yellowstone. Yellowstone was too far back. So Ezekiel 38 and 39. Yeah, that's way too far back if I'm not mistaken. Right. Hold on, we just looking through it. It gotta be somewhere around here. Isaiah 56, it gotta be around this area here. Maybe I just scroll past it. Here we go. Alright. Let's share. Just gonna copy it. Alright, so Ezekiel 38 and 39. And as you can see, man, that's 50 minutes long, man. Let's hope we could get in. Oh man, I'm not gonna do that. I could just do this. Go here to my live. And can I comment? It's not letting me comment. But ultimately, man, should be able to get this in there, right? We're just gonna paste this here, right? And then we're gonna save it. So it's in the link. I mean, in the description, man. But ultimately, Ezekiel 38 and 39 is about what's going to happen, what I believe, in the 1,000 years after we reign with Christ, when the nation of Gog and Magog come against the children of Israel, man, from their land. And ultimately, this is going to be why all nations going to come and pretty much just serve the Lord, man, right? And not be away from the Spirit of the Lord, man. All nations, not just the children of Israel, man, right? So I'm going to start in Ezekiel 39 and 27. When I have brought them again from the people and gathered them out of their enemies and have sanctified in them in the sight of many nations, then shall they know And it said the nations, many nations, then shall they know. This ain't talking about the children of Israel. This is the all the heathen, man. Then shall they know that I am Yahweh their God, right? Which caused them to be led into captivity among the heathen. And obviously this is about the children of Israel. But it's also about the other nations. I have gathered them unto their own land and have left none of them anymore there, right? That ain't just talking about the children of Israel. Because ultimately it's going to be the other nations knowing that the Lord, all nations going to know the Lord, man, right? Let's go back to chapter 2, because if I'm not mistaken, in the 38th verse or chapter, it's in there 2, right? Okay, yeah, verse 23. This is really the one that I wanted. Ezekiel 38 and 23, it says, thus will I magnify myself and sanctify myself, and I will be known in the eyes of many nations, and they shall know that I am Yahweh. Right? So the other nations going to know that he is Yahweh, right? And this is what Judges 8 and 23 is going into, man. Right? It's not a surprise that 38 and 23 and Judges 8 and 23 have the same ideology in there. And let's go back to Judges, right? So ultimately, and Gideon said unto them, I will not rule over you, right? Neither shall my son rule over you. Yahweh shall rule over you. That's what's going to happen, man, right? We don't want to be rulers over everybody, right? And to be quite honest, man, this is what the Bible says, man, right? Revelation 5 and 10, it says, and has made us unto our God kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. So it's there. Like, it ain't discrediting that this is what's going to happen, man, right? But ultimately, we want the Lord, the Most High Yahweh, to be reigning over the whole earth, man, right? We're going to have reign on the earth, but the Most High is going to have reign over the whole earth, right? Like it ain't nothing else to it, right? Yes, the Lord shall rule over you. It reign and rule, right? If we could, real quick, let's just get that word rule real quick, and then this will probably be done real quick. I'm almost done with this. But if I'm not mistaken, rule and reign is the same in the Hebrew, but I'm not gonna make no assertions. Reign, rule, which is mashal, right? That would be the same in the Paleo as it is in the modern, or like they would say, what we say is the Paleo Hebrew, or the Lashwan Kodash. That was one word that they may have got right, because you would say mashal, right, or mashal. It's the same thing, right? So rule or reign is the same word. So in Revelation 5, when it says, and they shall reign upon the earth, we shall reign on the earth, and it says that the Lord shall rule over you, it's the same concept, right? It's the same idea, right? You don't just get this and think, oh yeah, this is two different things. No, the Most High is gonna rule over the whole earth, right? Rule over everything, but we're gonna reign on the earth, right? That's how it always will be, and it's never gonna fail, man. So really, I just had a few precepts that I had to touch base on with this one, man. And I really needed to get this out, man, because it's ultimately the idea of what's gonna happen in the millennial reign in the kingdom after the 1,000 years is up, man. After the war is over between Gog and Magog and the children of Israel, right? After all that's said and done, then ultimately all the nations gonna know the Lord and fear the Lord and walk after His ways. Most likely, man. Right? It won't be sin. Right? It won't be any more wrongdoing on the earth. Right? All men gonna know the Lord, man. He's gonna weed out that wickedness. And honestly, I could go one more. Right? I could go one more, because this is ultimately what it's going to be about, right? Revelation 20 verse 10, it says, and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. Right? And then if we jump down a couple verses, verse 12, and I saw dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were open, and another book was open, which is the book of life, and the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works. Right, and the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. Right, and they were judged every man according to their works, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. Right, so ultimately that's what it's gonna be like in the kingdom. It's gonna be no more death or hell in the kingdom. Right, it's gonna be just ultimate serving the Most High God. So with that, I want to say Shalom, Yahweh, Shem Yeshua, Baruch Atah, Kwame Israel.